Good evening. Good evening. Yes, live from Abuja in the capital of Nigeria. Let me see how it looks. Um, Good evening. Good evening. Share the link. Let us have a wonderful time together. Um, yes, good evening. The lighting is a bit poor. If I can see myself, I hope you can see me. Uh, Share the link. Let us have a wonderful evening together. I believe that a lot can happen within the next hour. Um, it's a period that is very, very sad. Um, I just don't really know what to say. Uh, why? Because I was not was I am on ground to see what is happening. Fortunately or unfortunately, I'm in Nigeria at the moment. I landed in Abuja, the capital of Nigeria, today, and I saw a lot um of the uprising. I was in Lagos State. I was in Ogun State. I was in Oyo State. I was in Osun State. I was in Ondo State. Now I'm in the Federal Capital Territory, and also we're talking of Nasarawa State. Now, a lot has happened. Now, having looked at the situation that I saw that is happening, that many of you are watching this program saw over the last few days, which is quite disturbing. I believe that the matter is deeper than that, in that no one is excusing the unnecessary bloodshed by the government, by SARS, with everything that has happened so far. I believe that the youths, not only the youths that were protesting, even adults, elders, people who had the energy, the strength, or who had the opportunity, like me, we joined the protest, which is what every civil society must allow, should allow, as long as it is uh, peaceful. Now, this protest started peacefully, and I flew into Lagos and I saw them and I joined them to protest peacefully that life must be better in Nigeria. I have been around the world. Nigeria is a very blessed country. It's a country that is, naturally endowed, spiritually blessed, because we have a lot of people that love God in this country. The talent is unbelievable, the potential is unbelievable. But when you look at the situation on ground, it is not palatable. When you look at the roads, they are terrible. I have traveled all over the United Kingdom and I found that almost all the roads are tired. I've been to America and many other countries around the world. The roads are tired, and that prolongs the life of the people and the cars also. But in Nigeria, everything suffers. The cars suffer, and the human beings they suffer. Now, electricity is a luxury. I said to someone that I had lived in the UK for over 30 years. I cannot recall how many times, I can recall how many times there were no lights and they warned us ahead of time that they had something to do, work to do, to make sure that we get to know on time that they that there will be no light. The same thing with water. Um, it is always flowing. When you open the tap, you expect it to work. The hospitals are working, and many people are getting treatments free of charge. Jobs, people go to the university or they study without even going to the university. They come out of the universities with the expectation of working. Please, if you are joining, I want you to please do something for me. Share the link so that others can watch it. Watch this program. I'm doing this program live from Abuja, the capital of Nigeria. I've been in Lagos for the a few days. I've been in Abeokuta. I've been in Ibadan. I've been in Oshogo. I've been in Akure. I'm currently in the federal capital of Nigeria. I just want to see what is happening in the country. My journey has taken me through several states. I've covered at least 6 to 7 states or eight. Uh, you know, in the last few days, and the story is the same everywhere where roads are bad, people are suffering, people are lamenting. I also took the dangerous part of walking on the road um, for hours and talking to ordinary people on the street. Believe me, they are not asking for much. What they are asking for is the opportunity. They are asking for opportunities. They are asking for the basic amenities of life. They want to live a glory, a simple life. Not many of them want to build, have 5, 10 houses. They just want to live. I went around schools and I saw that there were they are not schools, they are shanties. I saw a lot of that, and then there are private schools that are giving education, but at a cost that many people cannot afford. They talk of policemen who are supposed to protect us, and they are earning, you know, uh, next to nothing. Then we talk of the lack of security. We talk of lack of, the activities of Boko Haram, and also kidnappers and armed robbers. And then the SARS joined them to brutalize people. Now, having said that, I believe that yes, we have a right to protest. The people have a right to protest. Every civil society gives its citizens the opportunity to protest, but it must not be violent. It must not be violent. But what we have witnessed is that uh, people were protesting peacefully, going around, because again, I was part of the peaceful protest for some days. But some people joined and and started attacking the protesters. Again, that should not happen in a civil society because they have the right to protest. They are not hurting anyone, though they are stalling economic activities, but they were not really hurting anybody. Now, that having said that, some lives were lost. Again, we should not happen from what is called a peaceful protest. No lives should be lost. No properties should be damaged. Again, some people went around destroying things, damaging things, setting buildings on fire. Again, that should not happen. That should not happen. Now, where do we go from here? First of all, before I forget, I want to say to us that no one should die because we want a new Nigeria. No one should die. Now, no mother, no father, no parent should bury their children because they are asking uh, for a better life, a better situation. No one should lose their children because they were born in Nigeria, they were Nigerians. No one. And it is very sad that many people lost their children. May the Lord comfort you all, and may the Lord also grant you the fortitude to bear the loss. And I believe that the government will do a lot to compensate those that can be verified as victims of SARS and maybe these protests and things like that. But again, no compensation can compensate for lost lives. Because if anyone dies and they compensated the family, uh, how is that a compensation? How much can you give? How much can a man give for the loss of his life? How much can a woman give for the loss of her life? So I want to say to you, you should not put your life at risk because you want a new Nigeria. I will tell you why in a moment. Listen closely. The devil, I'll draw from my favorite book, the Bible. John 10:10 says, the thief come to steal, to kill, to destroy. But Jesus came to give life and to give life in abundance. So life gives opportunities. Life gives you the chance to make your contribution to the science of time. Life gives you the opportunity to do the impossible. So, why I am saying that no one should die is that uh, you may be the one that God has positioned to change the country. If you die, we will have lost a great opportunity. Nigeria belongs to us. Nigeria is our country. Whether we are old, whether we are young, whether we are babies, it's our country. And making Nigeria better is our responsibility. So therefore, none of us should die because we want to make Nigeria better. Why? We may be the solution to the problem. That's why the Bible says the thief comes to steal, to kill, to destroy. You will see that when that protest started, it started peacefully. Then it started taking lives. It started taking lives. It started taking lives. I dare to say, it started taking golden lives. The devil wouldn't have laid his hands on those who died if they hadn't had a great promise upon their life. Everyone that had a great promise, great calling upon their life, died early. Jesus Christ would have been killed, and that would have been it, if not that his Father raised him up. But we are not Jesus Christ. So therefore, we should be mindful of the fact that death is the end of our ability to contribute to the improvement of this polity called Nigeria. Nigeria is a great country. I've been to several countries, African, European, American, around the world. Nigeria is a great country. It has great potential. So therefore, no one should put their life at risk. Yesterday, I was in different cities. I was in Akure, the capital of Ondo State, yesterday. I flew to Abuja from Akure today. Listen closely. And I saw these young men. They were shouting because I walked on the street of Akure for about 2 to 3 hours yesterday, just going around, seeing what is happening. And I saw young guys in their 20s, riding on top of cars, and you see a car that should contain 5 people, and 12 or 13 of them entered the car, occupied the car, sat on top of the car, hung themselves on the doors of the car. I thought that was madness. I saw a jeep, and I think a van that should take maybe 10 people. The guys on there, they were about 30. They were putting their life at risk. Is that a protest? That's madness. It's absurd. It's pure ignorance. Exposing themselves to danger. And if you are a parent in Nigeria watching this, or you are abroad or your children are in Nigeria, warn them. It is madness and absolute malady to put their life at risk. I look at the areas where they were doing their protests. I don't think anyone noticed them apart from themselves. They were not protesting. They were being silly by putting their lives at risk. Nobody should do that. Please share the link. No one should do that. We shouldn't do that by putting our life at risk just because we want a better government. I beg you, I plead with you by the mercies of God, don't put your life at risk. When you are young, you make mistakes. When you are young, you make mistake. You put your life at risk and you discover that those that you are moving with, that you are engaging in that violence with, you see that they live for another 70 years and you are gone. I also saw, I was around people drinking, smoking weed, and this were taking drugs. I looked at them. I stood among them like a commoner, like an innocent bystander. I was watching. I saw that they were getting it all wrong. So after taking weed and taking alcohol with it, how are you going to be able to behave normally and operate with a sound mind? I saw all this on the streets, and it shouldn't be like that. Blocking the road and extorting money from people that you are supposed to be fighting for, that you say you are protecting. Again, it's madness. We got to a junction, we wanted to pass, and they were asking for 50,000 naira for us to drive across a road. And they were complaining about the SARS and the police for being corrupt. And they stood on the road and they were extorting money from people. This happened in many cities. It happened in Lagos. It happened it happened in Abeokuta. It happened in Ibadan. It happened in Akure. It happened in Oshobo. The only place I haven't seen that is Abuja, because I think they've caused the trouble. I learned that there was a bit of trouble yesterday and some days past. But what I'm trying to say is that if we are saying that the police and the politicians and the leaders are corrupt, we also were doing the same thing. I concluded we are all SARS. We all contributed to the downfall of Nigeria. We all contributed to the problems that Nigeria is having. And for Nigeria to get better, all of us must be involved. So now let's come to the government and what we say we wanted. There are many things that we're asking the government to do. There are many things we are looking up to the government for. There are many proposals that have been presented uh, to the government. I believe that the government also has more than enough responsibility to us, that when we presented them with a set of facts or things that we want them to do, they should listen to us because they are representing us. We elected them into office, and the older generation have not been speaking. Also, the older generations, our generation, have been a part of the problem because we have benefited from the legacies that government has to provide. Many of us in our time benefited from one uncle who is a politician or someone who is a local government chairman or so, people in authority. We got jobs that we were not qualified for. We gained admission to institutions through offering bribe. We got our qualifications through getting marks from lecturers by using the weapon of sex. We did a lot. We gave bribes. We collected bribes. So all of us, one way or the other, contributed to where the country is today, the older generation. So many could not talk because they were part of the problem. Actually, we are all part of the problem. One way or the other, we are all sinners when it comes to the state of affairs in Nigeria and many African countries. Now, having presented your proposals to the government, I think also that it is reasonable to allow the government to do what we ask them to do. We have to give them time and say, well, they need to tell us when they are going to do this, A1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to do this in the next 3 months. We are going to do this in the next 5 months. We are not going to do this in the next 6 months, so that there's a timetable for the implementation of what we wanted them to do. If we don't do that, then we'll be seen as unreasonable. The international community may not side with us, and we will move from being civil protesters to becoming rebels and people that want to topple the government. So I think young people have a lot to learn, that we've got to understand that we've got to negotiate, we've got to talk, we've got to have dialogue with the government of each state, and at the central level, so that everything can be educationally coordinated, so that we can get the desired results. All of us cannot rule. I saw a particular program, a video where the children were saying, well, oh, we have no leaders. We are all, yeah, we are. How come we have 200 million or 100 million youths that have no leaders? 100 million people that have no leaders. So therefore, it may be time it is time for the youths to withdraw and re-strategize and talk to each other and form groups, form associations that can become like a pressure group to present matters to the government in a reasonable way, so in an objective way, so that the government will have something to work with, something they can consider. We can't just come and let the country burn, because when two elephants fight, it is the grass that will suffer. It is the citizens that will suffer. I was in Akure, and I took time to go through the market and see all those market women, old women, aged women, people who have spent their life raising their children, and those children cannot get a job. Those children cannot, they are still the ones feeding the children. I went through the market. I was just walking because some roads were impassable. So I decided to walk. And I spoke to those women. Their tomatoes, their oranges, and bananas were rotting away, because they had blocked the roads leading to the markets, and they could not sell their wares. So who are we fighting for by making those old women to suffer? So I want us to look at this, and let us address it. We need to come together and talk reasonably. Maybe if the government want to set up a panel, they have to be representatives of the youths, and whatever they are able to agree on, we have to back them up, and we cannot continue to suspect everyone that we don't want to talk to we don't want to talk to that, we don't want to talk to that person, we don't want to talk to this, we don't want to talk to that. We've got to talk. Now, the shooting, the killing at Lekki Toll Gate yesterday was a disaster, was unjust. It was wrong. We killed the future. I don't know how the government can come out and start shooting its youth and killing them, started killing them, started shooting them as if we were at war. We weren't at war. They were just protesting. They were just sitting there. They want to be heard. They were just there. Yes, when you see any peaceful protest, some people will try to hijack it. And that was what happened. I don't know how true it is the fact that they said the government sponsored some people to come and be attacking peaceful protesters. I think those matters should be part of what should be presented to the government to investigate those people caught on video instructing and directing people on what to do, because we have a video evidence that can be presented to a panel to investigate who they are and who ordered it. And there is no way people like that can hide in the society, because at least someone we know them, that they were the people that were attacking people, or that were instructing people. Anyone caught on video or that we know have reasonable information to show that they were part of the riotous acts and the destruction that was perpetrated can be brought to justice. I believe that the killing of those people, uh, we don't know how many people died. We don't know the real figures, but I believe that some people died, and may their soul rest in peace. I mean, just hearing that you know, the guns, whether the ordinary guns or machine guns, it was incredible that they could be firing at people like that in a civil society. I believe that the president and the governors and all the rulers, they should do something about it. They should do something about it and make sure that nothing of that sort repeats itself. But I want to beg the youth. I'm doing this program today for the youth. I am doing it for the youth, for those that are protesting, those that are out there saying, well, they want a better life. There are many ways of doing this without putting your life at risk, without putting your life at risk, without dying prematurely, without leaving your parents without a boy or a girl or a lady. Many of the youths are demonstrating now are graduates. Your parents invested a lot of money, a lot of resources on their lives so that they can look up to them in the future. Please don't die. I beg you, it is time to leave the streets and regroup. Social media is so powerful. You can have a coordinated program just to be putting it in the public there, what you expected, what you want to be done. And I believe that the government at a stage, we do something about it, because from what we can see so far, the government, the people in government are aware that that the youths are different from our generation. They can see that they they are different from our generation. We in our generation were afraid of dying. Our generation are afraid of of speaking out. But their generation, some of them are naive in terms of putting their life at risk. They are not A lot of them are not thinking of death at all. They go all out. And I also want the government to be aware that social media is so powerful. Whatever is done in a second can reach the uttermost parts of the earth. It is like air, it cannot be blocked. So I want the government to take the youth seriously. Take the youth seriously. They are the future. They are the ones that everything will fall into their hands in the future. And I want the leaders also, the rulers, to know that they will not be there forever. Whether you are there for 4 years, whether you are there for 8 years, whether you are there for 10 years, one day you will leave the office. Let us attend to the needs of the community. People are struggling. Now, let me give you uh, a scenario that happened. I was traveling from I was traveling from Lagos uh, to Ibadan, which should be a journey of about 2 hours or 1.5 hours. It took me 13 hours. The roads were very bad, snaky, dangerous, death traps. Now, I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe that any of our leaders drive through those roads. If not, they cannot allow it to be like that. It's bad, totally bad. I don't believe that our leaders passes through those roads. I look at the road, oh Lord, I I beg the youths and Nigerians at large, um, please, I beg you, I just beg you uh, to please exercise more patience and let your needs and desire be put to the government. The roads are bad, have taken many innocent lives, has caused many unnecessary deaths. I don't believe that our leaders drive through those roads. I don't believe that their body can take the beatings that one goes through on those roads. I don't believe it. Ah, they are not roads, they are death traps. And these people are going through it. Some use it to go to work. And they spend half of their life on the road, stressed, depressed. Some can't pay for their accommodation. Teachers not paid for for 6 months or more, and we expect them to teach the future, the children that will take over. When somebody hasn't been able to feed himself or his family, and you want him to be teaching for 6 months, I don't know how we will survive in England if they don't pay us for 6 months, because uh, even 2 months, even a month, I don't know how we will survive. It's simply impossible, because you pay your rent on a monthly or weekly basis, you pay for council tax, you pay for uh, gas, you pay for electricity, you pay TV license. Every money you earn goes towards something, and that is how the economy is run, and things get better. I want our leaders to have a heart of kindness, a make of kindness, to look at it that these children deserve better, these youth deserve better. How can one go to university and not be able to get a job. I grew up in Nigeria. I remember I came to Abuja today. I haven't been here for 32 years. I last visited Abuja 32 years ago. I last visited Akure, the Ondo State capital, I think 36 years ago. And I saw Akure, there has been a lot of development there. And I saw Abuja. I has totally changed. I last visited Abuja when they were just building it and it just very, very small. But today is a very, very big city, a good capital. They've invested a lot into it. But other areas have been deprived of development. I, I, I just don't know what to say. I feel sorry for Nigerians that live in Nigeria. I feel sorry for the children that cannot get something to eat. I feel sorry for teachers that are not being paid. I feel sorry for policemen that are not being paid enough salary, and we may expect them to maintain security, and then they are paid penal. I feel sorry for pensioners that cannot get their pension, that even have to pay bribes for their pension to be paid. I feel sorry for our people that will have had a pension at their old age, but they were not opportune to go to school, and as a result of that, could not get a job with the government, and they spend their old age in penury. I feel abject poverty. I feel sorry for them. But having said all this today, I want the government, you are human beings. You were put in your position today because God wanted you to make a change in the life of the citizens. There are 250 million of us. So if you are able to become the president, you are able to become the vice president, you are able to become a minister, you are able to become maybe a permanent secretary, you are able to become a governor or a commissioner or a member or a member of the House of Representatives or a senator, you are supposed to do something that the community will know that you came. Think legacy. Think legacy. Think legacy. All the properties, all the monies, all the billions of dollars that has been stashed away in foreign banks, one day will become another person's property. Because some of you don't let even your wife know that you have foreign bank account and you put such billions of dollars there. We know all these things because we have information of how African leaders put money away abroad, buy properties, put billions of dollars away, and the citizens are suffering. Now, having said all this, we can make a change. Things can get better, but the leaders must listen. As leaders, we have the tendency not to want to listen. But at a point in time, we have to realize that we cannot make progress without listening. So, from the presidency to the messenger, and even someone who is the lowest and the most junior person, we have to listen. And people, and I will ask our president, Muhammadu Buhari, to go out sometimes and visit places, travel on the road, pay surprise visits to places, to states, and see federal roads, not the one that they will fill the potholes a few days before someone eminent is about to pass through the road, and they will deceive them thinking that the road is good. I've been around and I saw that Nigeria looks more and more like a permanent state of accident. If something is not done urgently, this whole country will be on fire. I want to appeal to people especially in Lagos State, to please, 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 please take heart, but not go about destroying properties, setting things on fire. You know what is going to happen? It is the money that is supposed to be used for the development of that state, or to create employment, to make the state better, that will be used one way or the other, directly or indirectly, to repair those things. And then it is the ordinary people that will suffer. I came to Abuja today. Imagine people setting Abuja on fire. There's nothing that will be gained from that. You don't do fire for fire. You don't go destroying things, because all the things that are being set on fire now will be rebuilt somehow. Again, it may be with public money. And it is you that will suffer. Don't put your life at risk. Don't destroy things. Don't set buildings on fire. Don't allow yourself to be killed. Don't allow yourself to be killed. It is time to leave the streets. You can see that economic activities are being disrupted. There has been COVID-19 restrictions, and now people are not able to go about their normal activities, especially in the southern part of Nigeria, because a lot is not happening in the northern part, as we can see. But in the south, we are going about destroying things. We should not do that. Again, I want to, before I finish, I want to say something about the spiritual dimension to all these battles. And I want to beg all our spiritual fathers, all fellow brothers and pastors, and every Christian, every religion, that it is time to pray. Why do I say that? It is because the year 2020 is a blood-sucking year. As I was flying from Akure to Abuja today, the Lord dropped it in my spirit that 2020 is a blood-sucking year. It is sucking blood. It is a year that has taken many lives. It is a year that has caused several devastation to families, to individuals. I almost died in April because of coronavirus. In the United Kingdom, it took about 60,000 people, 60,000 lives, if not more, because we don't know. We don't have an accurate figure. It did the same in America. It did the same in Spain, in Italy. Thank God it didn't come into Nigeria, because it would have taken at least 1 million people, the way it killed people in the Western world. If not for the grace of God, if coronavirus had hit Nigeria with the same devastation that we witnessed abroad, it wouldn't have been funny. But again, I was all over the place in this country, and I saw that they said there is no coronavirus, no one wearing mask. And whenever I put on my mask like this, they'll just be looking at me in a funny way, that what's wrong with this man? Why is he covering his nose and things like that? They'll be looking, they say, oh God, there's no corona. I saw particularly, I think when I was in Lagos or in Abeokuta, I didn't really pay much attention. But when I was in Ibadan, when I was in Akure, I noticed that people were not wearing masks. Unbelievably, they said there's no coronavirus. I want to say they shouldn't be careless, because This is a blood-sucking year. It sucks. 2020 is a very bad year in that it has taken many lives. It has ruined businesses. It has ruined marriages. It has ruined families. It has ruined churches, ministries, many businesses. Many pastors are down. Many churches are down. Many people are suffering financially. Many people have died. It is a blood-sucking year, but it shall not suck our blood. It shall not suck my blood. It shall not suck your blood. It shall not suck the blood of our wives and our husbands and our children. It shall no longer, it shall not suck our blood. So it is the year of the vampire that goes like the devil looking for who to kill, looking for who to destroy. So I want to appeal to us that we need to be cautious. Nigeria, don't set yourself on fire. Don't let us set Nigeria on fire. We already have enough problem. Let the youths, whoever has the capacity to talk to them, leave the street and re-strategize and come together again peacefully and put forward an agenda and let it be pursued again peacefully. So come 2023, if the youth believe that they can do something to make this country better, they should form a political party and vie for a political office democratically, not by wanting destruction of properties and lives. And all those God-trotting, gun-carrying policemen and soldiers should also sheath their sword and know that we are all Nigerians. We are all Nigerians. No one should be murdered because they are asking for their rights. So 2023, fight for a political office. You are not too young to rule. And also, I saw that some youths were busy attacking another person's personality. I want you to understand that once you start coming out, you will have your detractors. You will have people that don't like what you are doing or they think they can do better. I want to say here, governance is an art and it is not easy. So it's not easy. You look at it from outside and you think, oh, you can do it. When you get there, you will see that there are other factors that militate against your ability to run the government and run it properly. I believe that for every president that wants to rule a country, there are many powerful forces that they'll be battling against. And for every leader, there are powerful forces that wants to come against them to make sure that their work is simply impossible. So what I want to say is that if the youths believe that they know what they want to do, what they can do to make the country better, they should come together and be a party and then vie for political office or join any of the existing parties and vie for a political office and then see what you can be done or you can do. And then we will clap for you for doing that. But I pray that the Lord will comfort everyone who lost their lives through this process, people that were injured, people who lost properties, who lost assets. I am praying that God will comfort you. And I want to appeal to our President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Osibajo, Professor Osibajo, and all the people, the senators, members of the House of Representatives, or people in authority, state governors, commissioners, and people in the legislative assemblies and the executive arm of government to do everything to make sure that this country does not burn to make sure that they listen to the youth, to make sure that they do their best to do whatever they promise, because we cannot afford for this country to go down. It's a beautiful country. It's a blessed country. I have been around in the last week or so. I've been to several places, several towns, to familiarize myself with those states and the horizon and the landscape of this beautiful country. It is a beautiful country. It is a country full of great people, but no more death. Stop the bloodshed now. The government should stop the bloodshed now. The citizens should stop the bloodshed now. Because if you die for nothing. Why? Nigeria is not worth dying for as it is at the moment. It's not worth dying for. So don't put your life on the line. Remember your parents. You may be the only child. Even if you are not the only child, they brought you into the world. No mother, no parent should bury their children. So don't put your parents in trouble, in a perpetual state of sorrow and mourning, because you want a change in the country. Don't die. You can do it peacefully. But I believe it is time to leave the street so that NSAS and your agitation will not die on the street. But if you don't leave the street, you will soon be worn out and you may be defeated because you will not have the energy to come back again. And also, people that were determined, people that were committed to the cause will be discouraged, even from pursuing the cause with you. I pray that the peace of God will reign in Nigeria, that there will be no war, there will be no revolution that will destroy the country, that will cause many to lose their lives unnecessarily. I pray that where we are now will be remembered for good, in that a solution will be found to the troubles that we're having at the moment. The state of the country is very bad, especially in the southern part of Nigeria. Let us put a stop to the bloodshed. Let us embrace peace. Let us come forward and put our proposals forward, and the government should expedite actions on those requests so that this nation don't burn. Also, they've been talking of the excesses of politicians and leaders, the way they've been flaunting riches, the way I want you to understand that these guys, these youths, have been eating and drinking with you, leaders and politicians. They know where your house is. They know where your assets are. We should not, you should not put this at risk by continuing to ignore their requests. Dele Olawanle is my name, live from Abuja, the capital of Nigeria, a beautiful city that has been built over the years by some people who try their best to use their office to a good purpose. Please let us stop the bloodshed. Parents, appeal to your children. Tell them you don't toy with death. Because once you are gone, you are gone. I pray that the memory of those who lost their lives will live forever, and that God will comfort the families who lost their beloved one. And I pray that the peace of God will reign in Nigeria so that our country will not burn. Because if anything happens to Nigeria, the whole of Africa will be in trouble. So let us stop the bloodshed now. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening. It is well with you. God bless you.